everybody. Thanks for coming out. We're going to discuss the homicide that happened in Pace back on the 19th. The victim has been identified as Joseph Lieb. Around 6:30 p.m., we responded to what we thought initially was a car crash. It ended up the individual that had crashed the vehicle had a gunshot wound and was deceased on scene. Insurance gets called out. They hit the ground running. They work a lead based on a vague vehicle description. It was a maroon Tahoe with some special, unique things about the paint job. They finally identified the vehicle on that same day. The next day, detectives respond to Atmore, and they're assisted by Escambia County, Alabama Sheriff's Office, Atmore PD, and they obtain a search warrant for the suspect's vehicle and residence. And I want to take a minute to say Escambia County Sheriff's Office and Atmore PD both helped immensely in this case. Sheriff Jackson up there at ECSO was a tremendous help, him and his guys. So at that search warrants, they make contact with Marcus Dickinson. Dickinson is ultimately arrested on site, and detectives obtain an arrest warrant for second-degree murder. Immediately following, a second arrest warrant was obtained for Jacoby James for first-degree murder. Detectives, again with the assistance of ECSO and APD, obtained another search warrant for James's last known residence. Later, at about 1 p.m., that search warrant was served, but the suspect was not on scene. Detectives hear from James's family and are told he will turn himself in to law enforcement. Around 1 o'clock on the 21st, detectives are notified that James was in custody at the Escambia County, Alabama jail. Immediately after being notified, detectives respond to ECSO and interview James. The investigation is still ongoing. No definite motive at this time. We believe possibly it's a robbery. No information at this time to suggest that the victim knew the suspects in any form or fashion. And I know on Facebook they're all talking about gang activity. We have no reason to believe this is to do with any kind of gang activity whatsoever. They stayed up, our detectives stayed up 20 hours straight, nonstop, until this case was solved and both individuals were in custody. So right as of now, I just want to basically say there's no gang activity. We're seeing everything on Facebook blowing up about gangs in Atmore and gangs in Pace. We don't have any evidence to link this incident to gang activity. So with that, any questions? Yes, sir.
When you guys discovered that the victim was shot, were they shot prior to being in the vehicle, or were they shot while in the vehicle?
We believe while he was in the vehicle. He was shot and then he left and ended up crashing because he was shot.
Have you guys been able to locate where he was shot?
Yeah, it was not far from the place he crashed. We located shell casings in the roadway. Anything else? Yeah.
You mentioned already what particular charges will these two face?
Yeah, the second one, first-degree murder. The other one's second-degree murder.
Okay. Did it look like these two planned it, or was this a drug deal gone bad?
No, there was no evidence of any kind of drug deal at all. We believe it to be a robbery. We believe that maybe earlier in the day they had contact with this individual and learned somehow that he had money on him and they attempted to rob him. That's what we think as of now is the motive. But yeah, drugs weren't involved at all. We have no evidence of that whatsoever. Anything else?
Obviously, an investigation continues. Are you
Correct.
still looking for help from the community that may have known the victim or may have seen these two individuals responsible?
Well, we're always looking for witnesses, and we hopefully, anybody in Pace that saw the incident occur or anybody that knows any of these individuals involved that have information, they're more than welcome to give us a call. And there is some more people we are looking for to talk to, not arrest necessarily, but just to speak to in reference to this incident. And that's why it's still ongoing.
And you said James turned himself in on the 21st.
Correct.
Dixon, was he found on the 20th?
Yeah, Dixon was arrested on the 20th, and then James turned himself in at 1 o'clock on the 21st up in Alabama. Are we good? All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.